Good afternoon and welcome to Benguela, Angola. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers. It's game day 3, and it's Central African Republic taking on Angola. This is the game day 3 action in Group C. We've already watched Cote d'Ivoire win 80-69 over Guinea, a Guinea team that continues to improve following this summer's impressive FIBA AfroBasket, but nevertheless they are 1-2, and Cote d'Ivoire improving to 3-0, and must feel like they've got one foot in the FIBA Basketball World Cup already, but still some work to do. And you can see that Angola, having gotten a win yesterday against Guinea, and this CAF team, which won 3 of the 6 games in the qualifiers for the African qualifiers for the World Cup 2019 that was played in China, they have started with a couple of defeats. And really, yesterday they put up a fairly unimpressive display. That's about as politely as I can put it against Cote d'Ivoire. So they'll be looking to come back today and put a little bit more intensity and effort against the host here, Angola, the host of this window. So Central African Republic, coached by Bruno Darlon, and Pep Claros at the helm of Angola, who really had to battle against Guinea yesterday, but they got the win that they were looking for. And you can see it's a team loaded with players. Many of them competed at the AfroBasket, but this one, for example, did not. I thought Felizardo Ambrosio, the veteran, coming back playing well. He was not at the AfroBasket, nor was number 17, Benvindo Quimbamba, nor Islando Manuel, probably their most important player yesterday. And Clesio Castro and Malik Cisse also were not in that team, but they put up a good effort yesterday, and they got the win that they needed against Guinea. And they'll be looking to get their second today against Central African Republic. Now pause for the national anthems. So just minutes away from the start of this third and final game for these two teams in this window. But before that, we'll have a look at the referees. These three gentlemen have been busy the last couple of days, and Walalain Fegato Jibeto from Ethiopia, Wael Ibrahim Mohammed Mosta from Egypt, and Diallo Mahamadou from Mali are the referees for this game. And you might have noticed that Dekossi has not joined the team on the floor for the national anthem. He's on the bench, so he will not be playing today for Central African Republic, which I can only assume it's an injury. I'm trying to find out. And in the meantime, the players getting through their warm-ups here. We'll get a look at the starting fives and rosters. Evans Ganapamo did not look 100% right yesterday, fitness-wise, which was a blow. He had 26 points in the game against Guinea, but was never a factor. I mean, really none of the Central African Republic players, with the exception of Johan Grabongo, were at the races yesterday. Grabongo, easily the most committed player for Central African Republic. Gaku played well. At the end of the day, it was the defense, the offensive rebounding that made all the difference in the world for Angola. And they're going to start with Gershon Gonçalves, also known as Lucani, what he's got on the back of his jersey. Childi Dundao, Gilson Bango, Abu Gaku, and Islando Manuel again, who played very well. Number 18 there. Domingos was very good. Wamba, Ambrosio, Castro, Cisse, also in the lineup, or also on the roster of Pep Claros. Jose Claros from the north of Spain, but a coach of the world. He works everywhere, seemingly. So it's going to be Ganapamo, Grabongo, Max Kugura, Jimmy Jemrabai, and Ganefio Sakambi in the starting five. Owango and Goyd all on the bench. Dekossi, though, however, not playing, it appears.
Quand vous êtes à une passe, coupez les lignes de passe, gênez, mettez la pression sur le porteur de balle. Maintenant, on attaque. Les 40 utilisent les 4 points. Quand Timmy est là, OK, circulation de balle, passe, l'autre équilibre, s'il fait la passe. Si jamais il donne 10 000, tu flashes, un pic, tout de suite, et tu rentres, il peut te donner. Hein? Et si Timmy est au poste, les gars, écartez. Écartez comme ça. Bougez à chaque fois, bougez.
Pequeños presaban la bola continuamente. Lembramos, jugamos a la carrera, no a nada. Control o tiramos falta a ellos. Vamos a buscar lances libres desde el inicio. Los saltos inicial, a ver si ahora, hoy podemos pasar. Shirley, otra vez, vas a estar aquí en línea de 3. Gilson, va a estar Leuque en el lado contrario. Vas a estar Abu aquí y vas a estar aislando. Buscas aislando. Shield de bloqueo, Sego, Gilson. Corremos.
Vamos. Hey, duro, ¿eh? Duro, bora. Angola! Gilson.
So Evans Ganapano, his left leg still wrapped up. So clearly something bothering him there. And Coach Bruno Darlon, the coach of Central African Republic. And we're about ready to get things going here. Got this game, and then Nigeria will be on the court. Got this game, and then Nigeria will be on the court for the last game of the day. Nigeria will be taking on Uganda, so that promises to be a tasty affair. Both those teams also 1-1 in their groups. So the first meeting between Central African Republic and Angola in African qualifiers for the World Cup. They didn't meet the last time, and this is it. They've played plenty of times in the future, or rather in the past. Getting ahead of myself, literally. There's Lekani. Remember, it's the third game in 3 days for the players. So there will be a little bit of a mental fatigue, perhaps, you're coping with. It seemed like Central African Republic were dealing with that yesterday, in fact. Angola really had to lay it out yesterday against Guinea to get that win. That was a tough game. And Manuel's not able to catch that pass from Gaku. And the ball goes back over to Central African Republic. So the team in white looking for their first win. They were coached by Maxime Zianvini at the FIBA AfroBasket. And he seemed to do a good job. Here's an alley-oop, and Gilson Bango gets off the schneid. First 2 points of the game. Bongo hands it off to Kugari, who sizes up his options, and well, he started off with a three-pointer yesterday, but this time just grazed a little bit of the net. Ganapamo, instant offense, pulls up, and bam, right on cue. He really is automatic if you give him that kind of time and space. Which he got really none of yesterday against Cote d'Ivoire. Manuel drives in, dumps it, and again, another dunk for Gilson Bango. They're challenging for the ball, and it's Angola coming away with it, but then Central African Republic take it away. Jimmy Jimrabai then had the shot but missed. Manuel missed, but something that gave Guinea problems yesterday was Angola's offensive rebounding, and it's already becoming an issue for Central African Republic. First one is good. He's been a nice addition to this team. He takes his time. And again, you can see how Angola just really are so combative under that basket, challenging every single thing that goes up from the opponent, or when they put it up on the offensive glass. I think yesterday they finished with more offensive rebounds than defensive. Just going to double check that. Ganapamo. His pass stolen by Manuel. He tries to get it back, but look at the numbers for Angola. They're off and running. Kugura flies in and is met by Gilson Bongo. So, in fact, Johan Grabongo fouled by Gilson and gets free throws. So out of the 44 rebounds that Angola had yesterday, 23, more than half, were on the offensive glass. And by the way, Guinea had 32 rebounds. So they really did control the boards. Good job by Grabongo, who seems to have picked up the mantle of the go-to man here, other than Ganapamo. Ganapamo's going to put up as many shots as he can. Here's Dundao, wide open. Max Kugura brings it up. Jimmy Jim Rabbi out to Evans, Ganapamo, and that time not afforded as much time to shoot it. And now taking it away is Abu Gaku. And he takes the lead up to 7. Ganapamo, that's right. For a team that is starved for offense, you really have to give Ganapamo the green light whenever he gets it. Manuel. Gaku rebounds the miss. And like they do so often, an offensive rebound and putback. And Angola showing no signs of changing from what they were doing yesterday. And Bruno Darlon has decided, let's come over here and talk about how we can box out this determined team of Angola, who give up, give nothing away on the boards.
Et puis Jimmy, hein? Vous deux vous chassez, ok? Mais surtout ne laissez pas passer au milieu, ok? Hein? 2-3, ok les gars, c'est bien, on lâche vite les balles, ils sont quand même lourds en défense, donc on joue plus vite là, parce que quand on va poser le jeu ici, ils vont nous mettre en difficulté. Jouer large, Jimmy toujours au poste, les autres derrière, hein, derrière la ligne aux 4 points. Donc vous attaquez, celui-là ouvre l'angle de passe, si ça va pas, ils font des extra passes. Et si Jimmy poste, les autres dehors.
Tu estás con el número 5, con el de Avan, tú estás con el número 8. Él va a atacar.
So we just went down to the bench and asked Julio Chitunda, who comes to a lot of these games, went down and spoke to Kossi and found out that indeed it was his Achilles that has kept him out of the game today. So that's definitely a blow for Central African Republic. So Angola with the 6-point lead. From the corner. Wow, he is good, isn't he? He is tough. And no wonder he's in the starting lineup, Manuel. Wando. Wango gets it over. Now to Ganapamo, who turned and was short. Angola starting to put some daylight between themselves and their opponents, and the lead now 20-8, and they're making it look easy. 7 points already for that man, Manuel. Ngoy drives in. Oh boy, look at that, what a move. Well, with DeCossi out, they need somebody else to step in and contribute, and he has. Shot no good. Wango is going to inbound it. And driving in, Ngoy this time unsuccessful. Ambrosio denied. Wango gets it over to Kugura. Ngoy makes the pass over to Ganapamo, and fortunately for him, Wango saved it in bounds. Five on the shot clock. Good defense from Angola. And Kugura hit while taking shot, it looked like. At least he, maybe not. And Angola have it, up 10. Domingos. Manuel again. Good rebound, Jimmy Jimrat by. So unusual to see a defensive rebound when Angola plays, and they're shooting at they tend to get most of them. And the ball goes off of Jim Rabbi, who signals to his teammate, make the bounce pass. So coming in for Angola, Glafate Bwamba. And Domingos says, my fault. Gerson Domingos rather. And again, another opportunity for Central African Republic. Oh, Gervango are not able to control it, fumbles it away. Domingos gets into the paint. And Pep Claros was over there arguing. He thought there was a foul that was called, or should have been called. Now, you might remember Angola played at the last FIBA Basketball World Cup, so they know what it's all about, and they want to get back there. I wouldn't say they had a great World Cup. A technical foul called here on Claudos for his antics. It felt like there was a foul that should have been called. Angola ended up finishing 27th out of the 32 teams. Three-point shot, and the ball goes over the backboard, so it goes back to Central African Republic. And they had Gershon Domingos in that team, Gerson Gonçalves. They had like that was it. Out of these players, they were the only ones that were there. And Angola were blown out by Serbia in their first game, and then Italy. But then they beat the Philippines. However, they fell to Iran after that, and then Tunisia. Now, Wongo drives in and is blocked out of bounds by Theotonio Doe. Grobongo. There's the rebound. Ngoy pretty lively today, and now giving Angola a taste of their medicine, but then they give it away. With the offensive glass, Theotonio Doe. I think he was pretty anxious to hit that shot. He hit one from there yesterday, but I think it's going to get him out of the game. Wongo. Grobongo. Ngoy. And rattles out. Final 30 seconds. Glufate Bwamba. An offensive foul. Ambrosio fighting for position down low. Well, the points are always an issue for Central African Republic, and that's how it's proved today as well. The final seconds, he doesn't even know. Look, he's not even going to get, okay. Now, they got to hurry. Grobongo, final seconds taken off the clock. And 1.38 seconds left. The qualifiers, it doesn't matter if it's in Africa, Asia, the Americas, the Europe. We've had some great games, some close games. Wongo gets it off just in the nick of time, but he misses. And with that, Angola head over to the bench, and Central African Republic as well. Angola on top, 20-11. 20 points for Angola, 11 for Central African Republic in this third game of the day here in the African qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. So look at the numbers, digest them, and you can see that Angola are on top and looking formidable. Here's a look back at the highlights of the first quarter. And you could tell this Angola team coming out here again today, fired up and ready to rumble. Central African Republic be looking to do something different. Maybe apply some more defensive pressure, some full court pressure against this Angola team. Do something. Points have dried up a little bit for Angola as well. But nevertheless, they'd like to maybe quicken the tempo. We shall see. And you can see the live stats app there if you want to get them. You can put them in your phone. Second quarter action underway here in Benguela. And Kugura pump fake, nice play. They stay with it, Kobongo, and as does Evans Ganapamo, but he can't control it, goes out of bounds. And it just looks like the leg problem for Ganapamo is just really limiting him, what he can do out there. Fate, Wamba. And the ball goes off of Domingos and out of bounds. He lost his concentration. Jim Rabbi. Grabongo. And the shot no good, and Wamba gets it. And coming down. Angola looking for an open look. And the three-point shot is not there. Boy, it's been a drought. We talked about the fascinating qualifiers. You go to Europe, Serbia have just fallen at Belgium. They've been leading for much of that game. Imagine what it's doing, the qualifiers, for basketball around the world, especially when the underdogs win, creating a buzz like never before in the countries. Imagine what a win for Central African Republic would do today if they could get a win here in Angola. Chavez, and now that's just unacceptable. You cannot turn the ball over like that. Ganafio either wasn't expecting it, it certainly didn't look like he was expecting it. Angola, get it back. Again, how long is the score going to be stuck on 20-11? And finally, we get our answer as Gilson Bango leans into one. Bongo talking to the refs. Still just an 11-point lead for Angola if Central African Republic can get on a little run here, but they are struggling. Now turn the basketball over. Self-inflicted wounds. can see Darlon in the left of your screen there talking to his players. So Angola get it. And then Findo Adolfo Quimbamba is going to inbound it. After, of course, he fixed his shoes. Here's the dump. Back outside. Bounce pass. And the shot is not there from Childe Dondao, but again, another offensive rebound, another chance for Angola. And Dondao drifts. Gilson Bango was not taking any chances. He was going up there to put it in if it didn't fall in. And now the rejection. Great block by Angola's number 20, Clesio Castro. Because when the ball comes down, Gobango is out of bounds. "13 points. The score going at a snail's pace. 3 seconds has been called on Castro. Ganapamo, and the ball taken away by Childe Dondao, and Evans Ganapamo commits the unsportsmanlike. Childe Dondao misses the first. He's a fan favorite here in Angola. Second one drops. Three-point shot, well short. Under 6 minutes to go in the first half, and it has been an eternity since CAF last scored. Jim Rabbi loses it. Angola have it. The last time they scored was a free throw late in the third quarter. So this is becoming a drought of epic proportions for Central African Republic. There they are wrestling for the basketball, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Angola possession. Yeah, 1:27 left in the third quarter. Central African Republic, in the first quarter, they hit a free throw. So it has been 1:27, 6 minutes that they've had a drought. So timeout on the court. Let's go down and listen.
Tout de suite prend le meneur en charge pour freiner les courses parce qu'il va plus vite que ses costauds. Donc mon freiné à permettre à Yeso Takiri. Vous coupez les lignes de passe à une passe à chaque fois. Mettez la pression toujours sur le porteur. Les gars, notre problème en attaque c'est quoi? On lâche pas. On lâche pas. chacun dribble 2-3 avant de lâcher. Dès que l'autre est bien positionné, libre, vous donnez 10 000, attention. S'ils mettent une grappe sur toi, ressort aussitôt. Parce que, regarde, ils ont compris ça que quand le ballon va à l'intérieur, ça ne ressort plus. Donc, vous jouez intérieur, extérieur, tir.
Hey, defesa, defesa, defesa. 1, 2, 3, defesa.
Angola inbounded the basketball, going up and almost adding to their lead. Central African Republic, I mean, just wondering what the record books are with respect to having not scored in a quarter. Look at that, they're attacking and the ball taken away, and Central African Republic coming back. So the foul called on Gilson Bango, chasing from behind. They get on the floor again. Jump ball possession is going to go back to Angola. Pep Claros. I mean, he's got a 14-point lead, but he knows it's not pretty, and there's just not an efficiency in this offense, which they need to have it if they're going to go back to that next level. Here is Manuel shooting it, and he's alleging that he was fouled. So they called the foul down low with Ngoy and Gaku. And it was on Ngoy. Oh, God, what in the world? That pretty much says it all right there for this game. Getting nowhere, dribbling it off of his foot. Cougar, will it be? Yes, finally. I was starting to look to see if a team had never scored in the quarter, and thankfully I can stop that now. First basket. Nearly 6 minutes into the quarter. It was like a 7-minute drought. And now foul as they battle away on the boards. So Manuel at the line, been one of the better players here in Benguela. He's got 8 points today. He's 2 of 3 at the line, 2 of 4 from deep, although he's just 2 of 7 from the floor. Only makes 1 of 2. So as bad as it's been for Central African Republic, they're only down 12, but they're so desperate to get something cheap, they throw it away, and it leads to another basket. No, it doesn't, of course, not in this game. Not when points are coming at a premium. Both teams, well, certainly Angola had 2 good looks there. Kabongo. Here's Ganapamo. That should be good. Boy, that, you know, if Evans Ganapamo is missing a wide open look on the baseline, it's just not happening right now for Central African Republic, because he's almost automatic. I mean, you would bet money that he would make that shot. So Angola called timeout, 2:42 remaining. We'll go down to the huddle.
No, primero, aquí no se lanzan triplos de cualquier manera. Se juega como, no troquéis o jogo. No troquéis o jogo. Se juega con calma, se defiende, no. Salto, dejo, troco con este en defensa, acaba lanzando, falta. No. Trabaja concentrado aislando. En ataque, se joga, en ataque, se joga. Sempre se joga pau e a bola tem que chegar. A bola tem que chegar até que 5 voltas abaixo. Jogamos pick and roll, extremos sobem, mas é importante ele poste baixo.
Une pause des postes, les gars, c'est bon, c'est bon.
Ganapamo with that look. Struggling, I think, physically more than anything. Angola, meanwhile, just struggling with their offense. I mean, their shooting percentage today is not good. 34.5% from the floor, 10 of 29. They're battling away. Angola, interestingly, both teams, 13 rebounds defensively, 8 on the offensive glass. So Central African Republic are giving as good as they're getting on the offensive boards. Oh boy, how in the world did he get that pass back? He threw it right into the hands of Angola. Kugara misses. Look at him crash the boards. It is like a wrestling match out there. Childe Dundao brings it across midcourt. Manuel. And holds down low. Central African Republic, I mean, they are 4 of 27 from the floor. And we are almost at halftime. They have made 4 shots from the field. 3 of them have been from three-point range. So the 2 free throws means that Angola have doubled up Central African Republic here. And there's still 2 more minutes to go in this second second quarter. Oh boy, Luongo was open and he passed up the 3-point shot. I think he stepped out of bounds. Antonio Doe tries to turn into the lane, but Central African Republic do not let him. And good job there, battling away Central African Republic against Malik Cisse. Now, Kugura falls down. Looks like he's holding his leg like he's injured. Antonio Doe gets it, they share it. The ball batted back outside. Oh, Chode Dundao fouled by Ngafe. Watch this. Well, I think it looked worse at full speed. And this is at the other end. Kugura, as we said, went down holding his leg, so he's getting a little bit of treatment. And it's his coach, Bruno. Oh no, I thought it was his coach that was giving him the treatment. It's Bruno Darlon over there on the sidelines. The guy, his head trainer does look a little bit like him. So Kugura limps out of the game. So Central African Republic need all the help they can get. They certainly don't need to be losing their most established player in Max Kugura. He goes out. Most experienced player. And now the hold, and 4 fouls on Angola. 1:08 remaining in the first half. Angola in command by 16. Okay, so Angola being warned about a technical being called if they don't have the requisite amount of space for the man making the inbounds pass. Three-point shot. And Antonio Doe throws it off of Central African Republic, and then he looks up at the crowd, tries to get them fired up. Oh, good play. Dundao gets it out to the corner. And another offensive rebound, another opportunity. New 14. Dundao, well, kind of gets into no man's land, nowhere to go, and he's lucky he didn't turn it over with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Boy, what a struggle it's been offensively. It's been tough going. So another timeout here. Let's try to listen in.
Antonio, Lesio, Malik, tres en línea. Te está a defender a Ganapano, la última, vamos a ver si sigue igual. Vas para la y voltas. Le damos bola a L, le damos bola a L. Quinta, te va a saltar 2 y 1. Lesio, vas abajo. ¿Sí? Teotonio, vas aquí.
Chercher à faute. Ok. Allez, on y va.
Angola leading by 16 points. Trying to get another important win as they take aim at a berth, one of the 5 berths that'll go to African teams for the FIBA Basketball World Cup in Indonesia, Japan, and the Philippines. So shot clock violation, and Central African Republic effectively can run it out here, but the way this team is going to play defense here, I don't think they'll be able to take it all the way down to the last shot, but we will see. There you go. I told you. Ganapamo gives it away cheaply. I don't think Ganapamo is moving around well enough to be out there, to be honest. I think it's the injury which is the problem. So that's it. In a very in a first half that was very lacking in offensive execution and a lot of bodies crashing into each other. It's Angola leading 30-14 over Central African Republic. I mean, just 4 shots made from the field for Central African Republic, 10 for Angola. And Angola also with some more opportunities at the free throw line, which they cashed in on. At least Central African Republic have been able to compete on the glass with Angola, which Guinea could not. Ganapamo has 7 points. Cougar, remember, has a leg injury. He's got 3. Childe Dundao and Islando Manuel each with the team high for Angola. Well, alley-oop pass and flush by Gilson Bango for the first 2 points of the game. And we thought we might see some more fireworks, especially when Evans Ganapamo hit that shot. And Gilson again took the pass and went in for his second slam dunk. But it just wasn't to be. Both teams just enduring an almighty struggle shooting the basketball. Ganapamo again, a second 3-pointer. But that was pretty much it for him. I think Max Cougar also hit a 3-pointer in the second quarter, which I'm sure we're going to see. Manuel hit that 3. Ngoy came out and gave a little bit of impetus. That was the other shot from the floor. Ngoy's layup. And Max Cougar is a 3-pointer that's coming up, but Teotonio Doe and Angola, this was Childe Dundao who got the little runner. Cougar got, Grabongo rather, got blocked there. So that's it, folks. We're at halftime. Angola on top.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Struggling to get it going today, Ganapamo. And here's Cote d'Ivoire. Ow, alley-oop dunk. Fofana. He's jumping out of his shoes. Look at that. Evans plays the majority of the minutes. Oh, what a great reaction by Keita. The swat. He might come out after that. And it leads to an easy one. Another easy one for Aidan and Mali. Mo Keita guarding Gaku down low. Shilde Dondao! Nothing but the bottom of the net. And Ogender, and now he gets rejected by Sidibe. Who saw that coming? It looked like he had an open path to the rim. And Sidibe said, not in this house.
Clock at 10. Ivano made a loose man behind it back. Mendonça makes it for three. That's Cape Verde basketball.
Goes in and scores with the left hand. Uzo. His pass intercepted by Kanute. Here we go. Or excuse me, by Kanute, and he gets it up to Kanute. What a block from Obekba. He runs him down.
Here comes the cut. Opong steps back, fires, and makes it to end the half. What a three! Robinson Opong has been the lead man for Uganda. He makes another one on the buzzer.
And now goes back to Nigeria. Ike Diogo goes off, gets it into Omar's hands. Now here is, and he's fouled! You cannot make it up! Unbelievable. Ogundaran hits the three-pointer and he's fouled. What a mistake by Mali. Incredible.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
30-14, Angola on top of Central African Republic at halftime here in Benguela, Angola. It has been a real grinded out game for Angola. They've been able to get, well, more than double up in terms of points on Central African Republic. 10 of 33 from the floor, 3 of 13 from deep. Shilde Dondao with 8 points leads, along with Islando Manuel, the scoring. And Gaku has 6 points, as does Gilson Bango. 5 rebounds apiece from Manuel and Gaku. So you have to think, I'd be awfully surprised if this man wasn't with Angola at the World Cup, if, as expected, they do go on and qualify. But again, we're right at the beginning of a very long campaign, and who knows? We'll see. For top scorers for Central African Republic, Ganapamo, who, again, doesn't appear to be playing at full strength today with his leg wrapped. He's got 7 points, but they are shorthanded, and he's given it everything he's got. And Central African Republic, you have to admire the way they have gotten after it on the boards, because this Angola team definitely battles on the boards, and we didn't see this type of fight yesterday from Central African Republic against Cote d'Ivoire, but they have definitely gotten after it today, more so on the boards. They've always had issues offensively, and with Romain Sato having retired, for example, he played this summer, this past summer rather, at the FIBA AfroBasket. That doesn't help, but even so, even with him, they were having a lot of issues putting the ball in the basket, but nothing like really today, to be honest. I mean, just 14 points in the first half. Some of that has to do with Angola's defense, but on the other hand, we've seen this Central African Republic team miss some layups, as we have Angola. So is it a thing of beauty from an offensive standpoint? No. Are there other players out there? Well, I think there definitely are for Angola who will contend for spots in the team if that's the direction that they want to go in. I think there's a lot of questions about who is still going to be playing. Carlos Moraes, for example, I don't think he's done. I had expected him to play this window, and he has not in the end. But even so, you know, you've got other good players in this team, I think, that can even play better offensively than what we have seen. So much to consider for Angola. The likes of Yannick Moreira as well. You know, what is his status with Angola? Will he play if they qualify for the World Cup? Will he come back and help out in any of the windows? So that is the situation right now for this Angola team and for Central African Republic.
El jogador agora importante, ¿sí? Vamos a salir en ataque, solamente jugamos cross, estudantes, pau. Cross, estudantes, pau. En cross, cross 5, cross 5. Y depois olhar a Bu que está fazendo en poste baixo. Já llevas 4.
Jimmy, laisse Jimmy commencer. Jimmy. Et puis Max, les gars, allez, le combat continue. Hein? Et on répond aux défis physiques par aussi le jeu physique.
Allez les gars, allez, les gars, allez.
On lâche rien.
On lâche rien les gars, allez. Pour le coup. Início todo pessoal. Angola. Força.
You talk about the beauty of the qualifiers, and it's really interesting that you've got right now games all over the place. You've got games being played here in Africa. We've had games in Asia today with China, Japan. We've got several games going on in Europe now. In fact, Greece have just held off Belarus. Turkey and Great Britain, Finland, Croatia, Estonia, Israel. We'll have some games in the Americas as well later today, and more games in Europe tonight as well, and another one here in Africa with Uganda and Nigeria. So you always have that desire or feel that need to go and just check out and see who's winning, which national team is winning. It's fun. And you can't help but notice the theatrics of the best mop artist in all of international basketball right there. He really puts everything into it. And in case you forgot who it is, I'm going to tell you. Toy Limpa Chow. He's turned it into an art. Now, good to see Cougar back out there, but he turns it over with his first possession. And Wango turns, trying to guard Gerson Gonçalves Lucani. And they called the foul on Wango, who caught a flailing elbow from Gerson that went unnoticed. And you can see Cougar looking over at the ref to say, how can you not call the elbow? So Wango goes out. Not suggesting that it was intentional. Remember, Central African Republic without De Cossy today. And that's a big absence. Plays in France, but he has an Achilles problem and he doesn't want to aggravate it. Gaku looks down low, breaks it back out to Manuel, and he hits a three. Wow. Islando Manuel. Grabongo. Ngoy turns and gets it to go. Wow, a rare shot. Falls. Ngoy's looked a little lively tonight when he's been in there, sparking this team. And he looks like he's up for it. This is the player that was so good this summer for me, Gerson Gonçalves, perhaps with the exception of his shooting, although he did hit some shots. And now battling away, getting it down low and missing. Angola. Cougar now comes the other way. You'd have to think that Ganapalmo, if he could get any space at all, he could take Childe Dundao. There he is backing up. He knew the help was coming. He avoided it, and then he was fouled. Peplar was wanting a definition of, or explanation for the foul. He didn't think one was committed, clearly. And Ganapalmo takes his time and makes the free throws. So Central African Republic have keeping that scoreboard ticking over here. Childe Dundao. Cougar got a hand on it. Oh, boy, great effort by Gonçalves to throw it off of Cougar. And then he says, hey, nothing personal, man. Just trying to keep possession for us. Darlon, the coach. Boy, he has to like the effort more today from his team than from yesterday, that's for sure. Look at that, almost another steal. It's kind of difficult the way the court is laid out here to see the out of bounds because it's not painted. And the lane is not painted either, in fact. So we can't really say the paint. We got it in the paint. We have to say the lane. And look at that. Grabongo rebounds it. Here he goes again, Ngoy. He's got the bit between the teeth, doesn't he? And another chance for a three-point play. Ngoy has got that determined look. He's like, listen, guys, nobody else is scoring for us, so just let me go to work. And Ngoy does just that. With Asvel in France, so it's not like he's short of competition. Long rebound and a foul called on Angola. So it goes back to Central African Republic, who are almost kind of crawling back into the game here. Jim Rabbi, and bumped from behind. Evans Ganapamo. And, you know, 33-20. Angola, they have their struggles putting the ball in the basket. Central African Republic, it's not like they're reeling off a bunch of points in a row, but they are having more success in this quarter than they did in the last quarter, that's for sure. Here's Kugura, and oh, it doesn't go down. He deserved better there, didn't he? And now a technical. They said something. Let's have another look, hopefully. This is Kugura's miss. They called him for diving, I think. Gilson Bango. For taking a dive. I don't think Pep Claros liked that call. But there was no hesitation from the referee. So they make a free throw. They get it back to a 12-point deficit. And now I wonder what's going on over at the scorers table. So we'll see. I don't know if it's a clock issue, if it's a tabulation issue. We don't have the refs mic'd up today, unfortunately, so we can't tell. All we can do is read lips. So Angola, it's a very slow going here in the third quarter. A lot of stoppages. Now, Gaku powers his way in. Teotonio Do knocks it out to Ganapamo, who brings it across. Hurls the pass over to Kugura. Now he dumps it down low, and they get it out to, oh, wow, Jimmy Jimrabai. And there, the tap for Ngoy, really the player of the game for my money. Unless that was, or was that Grabongo that tapped that in? No, it was Ngoy. So 33-23. And back to a manageable deficit for Central African Republic. You got to tip your hat to the team from Central African Republic. They are battling. Angola have scored just 3 points in this half. So we saw a drought for Central African Republic in the second quarter, and now we're seeing it from Angola. Here's Teotonio Do backing up. And that was impressive. He went right at Ngoy. Game starting to liven up a little bit because Angola's sensing that Central African Republic are getting the whiff of the comeback. Ooh, he's got to be careful. And he forced it up there. I don't know if he didn't have anywhere else to throw it. Childe Dundao steps behind the arc. That's more like it. Jimrabai gets to the baseline and puts up the layup and in. And look at him, he's fired up. He wanted the N1. Here they are battling away, spinning, putting it up, and again, great work on the boards for the Central Africans. Boy, tough pass to Ngoy. You know where he's going. He's going right up and earning a trip to the free throw line. He's been the man today, giving them an injection of almost intimidation. He's got 8 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Islando Manuel goes out. And timeout on the court. A lot of time left for Central African Republic. We've seen better in this third quarter, but they trail 38-25.
Dès qu'il va crochet, on joue vite pour provoquer les fautes. Mais seulement, regardez, il faudrait écarter. Si y aura Evan avec son petit à l'intérieur, le reste écarté. Fais la passe à Jimmy comme tu l'as fait. Il joue avec Evan et vous continuez à écarter. Jouez à l'extérieur. Quand il fait la passe, vous sortez. Mais jouez vite, comme la transition. Comme on a répété cela au vestiaire, mettez du rythme maintenant. Eddie, ne tombe pas dans leur piège. Ne réagis pas. 3 matchs, allez. Ok les gars, allez on y va.
La ventaja que tem, já vamos fodidos.
Temos 5 faltas, atenção. Temos que defender.
This was the shot from Teotonio Do, who got the fans on their feet. And this was Childe Dundao hitting also from 3-point range, but Central African Republic seemed to have come together since yesterday. So Ngoy makes the first. Misses the second. And here comes Teotonio Doe. Now the turnover, and Angola are running. And Childe Dondao yet again, and all of a sudden the lead has stretched right back up to 17 points. Another turnover, another layup, no, the miss, it goes out of bounds to Central African Republic. The cut down low to Ganapamo, but he was shielded. And again, Dondao goes hard. He's blocked. Look at Ngoy. Great effort. But they get it back again. And Ngoy again. Oh, they've called a foul this time. Great effort by Ngoy. And Teotonio Doe getting emotional. Ball stays out for Teotonio Doe. It's you know, the flurry of points scored by Angola, it just makes you feel like all that hard work by Central African Republic has just kind of faded away because it's so hard for them to get points themselves. Ganapamo turns. And here comes Angola yet again. Three-point shot and can't get it to drop. So they dodged the bullet. CAF. Domingos had a look. Ngoy at the stripe and gets it to go. Player of the game for Central African Republic. In fact, that gives him a team high 11 points now. Childe Dondao passes it back outside. Great defense. Ganapamo stepping in his way. So he goes out, and Cisse Malik is like how he's known on the back of his jersey, is in the game. 1:30 remaining in the third quarter. Ngoy again. And look at that. Another 2 points for Central African Republic. Ngoy It's working for him today. He's got 13. Soft touch. Oh, slipping down and falling, and now another chance for Central African Republic, and Ganapamo throws it down on the break. Good to see that explosiveness from him, and hopefully Gerson Domingos is okay. Toilimpa Chow out there to do his thing with the broom and the mop. But meanwhile, this is what Ganapamo's thing is. It's going up, hitting the runway. Look at this. There was no catching him. You didn't want to foul him and create an even worse situation. Gerson Gonçalves, or Lekeni, as he's called. And he's dribbling the ball, Lekeni. Three-point shot, not there for Malik Cisse, and the ball goes out of bounds to Central African Republic. So the foul puts Central African Republic on the line, and the first one is good. Sakambi hasn't played much in the second half, but Ganafio Sakambi makes the first, not the second, but Ngoy gets the rebound and turns it over. He probably regrets now passing. He'll get the chance to have a breather in a second. His coach wants him to stick out there. Oh, Ngoy and Ambrosio really battling away. Look at this. Three-point not there. Look at that. The Angolan offensive rebound comes back to the four. And this time it's Castro. So free throws for him. 11-point lead for Angola. Kugura whistled for the personal. That's an area of the game where Central African Republic have done well today. They've met Angola. They've actually out-rebounded them 35-33. So you got to really tip your hat to them. And more than anything, that just shows how their approach today is it's like an 180-degree turn from how they approached things yesterday. Telegraph pass and leads to the layup from Castro. How about that? Well, that was a blow for Central African Republic. They had the momentum, they had the ball, they could have gotten to the 10, maybe even 9. And Castro comes up with the steal and goes down for the layup. And Angola, they've wobbled a little bit, maybe, but you've never felt like they were really in danger. It's Angola leading it 47-33 at the end of 3. So 8 of 20 feet, 8 of 25 inside the arc for Central African Republic, 10 of 29 for Angola. Neither team really shooting it well from three-point range. Here's the highlights from the quarter, and to see that Wango had to go out of the game after taking a blow to the mouth It's bloodied his lip. And Ngoy from the baseline, and he was terrific, wasn't he? And getting away on the break and slamming it home. Here's the World Cup Qualifiers app. Get it in your smartphone, folks. It's got everything you need. Wango. Is he going to come back in? It appears. Fourth quarter action underway here in Benguela. And Angola 10 minutes away from getting their second win, but there was enough fight in Central African Republic today, which makes you have to respect the fact that they are still in this, despite their struggles of scoring, despite everything. That combative spirit that they're known for that was nowhere to be found yesterday against Cote d'Ivoire, it is evident today. Kanapamo. Reach, and the game just continues to stop and start, as is often the case when Angola play. And the three-point shot is good. How about that? That brings them right back now. Central African Republic, Kugura. And the reach, Ngoy, and he forces the turnover. Look at that. Here he is in the open floor. Get it to his guard. Kanapamo loses it. Oh, that was an opportunity, and now it's going to lead to a bucket for Angola. Oh, no. Grabongo fouled Gerson, or Lucchini. Missed. Don't understand why. And also Ganapama, what happened with him? Watch this. And he only makes one of two, so could have been worse for Central African Republic, but again, they got to start scoring again. Cougar just hit a three. Ganapamo looking for space, and the ball goes knocked out. Nope, it just slips out of his hand. There's Castro spinning and putting it up and being fouled by Jimmy Jimrab. I like his offense, actually. He looks like he's got some moves and the ability, even though he didn't finish that, he's got a little bit of panache to him. Here he is. Gets the first one to drop. Just 24 years of age. Plays with Club Desportivo Primo de Agosto, one of the giants. And you can see he's well built and appears to have a good future. Oh, nobody boxed out. And Angola sneak in there and turn it into a three-point trip down the floor with the slam, the putback, the rim rocker from Malik Cisse. Cougar goes behind his back. Ganapamo, cross court. Here's Grabongo. He goes in. He's got to have a better finish than that. He just kind of flicked it up there. Had no chance of going in. And then at the other end, Angola's number 17, Benvindo Adolfo Quimbamba, buries the three. Bongo over to Ngoy, bites it in. Well, of course it's going to be him, isn't it? It's 17 points. Oh no, sorry, 15 points. I thought he already had 15. Another three attempt, good. The threes are starting to fall suddenly for Angola. Kimbamba brings it to the table, doesn't he? He's hit some threes. Chance of Kimbamba ringing throughout the arena. He had 1 3 against Cote d'Ivoire. He had 1 against Guinea. And today, he's 2 of 5 from deep.
Les gars, on manque de mouvement. Dès qu'on a la balle, Eddie, faut courir. On va vite vers l'avant. On joue la transition. Là, s'il n'a pas balle, mets en main. Là, tu fais la passe sur le sort ici. Écran. Utilisez les écrans. Ça va beaucoup nous aider. Soyez toujours agressifs en défense. T'as compris? Ok. Allez, Zachary, vas-y.
Foul 5. Clesio. Foul 5, Clesio. Uno, dos, tres contra uno.
Defesa. 1, 2, 3. Defesa.
Well, they can sense right now that they've got their hands on that valuable second win. Still 7 minutes remaining. Still, I wouldn't say plenty of time, but still time for Central African Republic, who have been inspired today by the performance of Ngoy. Evans Ganapamo, and look at him hustle, Ngoy, and Ganapamo makes it after the second chance, and really Ngoy is really close to being the best player on the court, to be honest, even though he's playing for the losing team right now. Shot clock winding down, and Angola turned it over. Cougar gets it over, and the long shot no good. Angola rebound. Pass it back outside. Domingos for three, and they follow and they stay with it. Ambrosio is fouled on the putback attempt. Ambrosio gets the first one to go. The veteran, the 33-year-old, coming out to play in the window. Missed him this past summer. Played well yesterday. And makes the second. And now the pass ahead. Oh, that was a risky pass, only to take it to the corner. Mongo rather, and ball goes out of bounds off Angola with 5.5 minutes remaining. Johan Grabongo looking on. One of the more consistent players for the Central African Republic. And now the turnover, and Angola looking to turn on the Jets. And, well, the finish wasn't there from Castro. Kugura, closely guarded by Cisse. Grabongo, open, that's good, count it. Well, that guy's definitely earned his dinner tonight. Man, he's been outstanding. Ngoy. 16 points is the lead, though. It's going to be hard to overtake with this amount of time left. Ambrosio, and a chance for a three-point play. Boy, Jimmy Jimrad by it looked like he took a shot. Ambrosio makes the free throw to take it up to 62-43. So he comes out, gets the high fives, the low fives. And in the grand scheme of things, I suppose Angola would have liked to have won all three games. They could have won all three games, especially after getting on top of Cote d'Ivoire by 17, only to lose by 1. But at the end of the day, it's better to get 2 wins than just 1. And this will just really complicate the path for Central African Republic to make it to the World Cup. Losing all 3 games Unless they have a miracle comeback here.
One shot.
Good crowd tonight here in Benguela. Boy, another foul. It just stops and starts and stops and starts. Domingos misses his first attempt. And the second. So a little sloppy, but then Domingos picks it up again, launches the three, rattles out. And Gilson Bango with the rebound. Oh, and the follow. The dunk from Gilson Bango. That's how he gets most of his points. Getting up above the rim and throwing it down. Kugura, the pass knocked away by Gilson Bango. He's got those long arms. Three and a half minutes remaining now. It's inevitable. The conclusion. It's just by a matter of how much. Kimbamba, his third three of the game. Trying to shoot his way onto this team for the remainder of the qualifiers and hope he gets to go to the World Cup. Ganapamo tried to answer. Kugura steps into it. Look at that. The rebound went straight to a Domingos who was sitting, having fallen to the floor. He's going to come out of the game. Get it across midcourt. The harassment. Now the pass down low. And again, Gaku makes the pass. His pass is intercepted. Johan Grabongo gets it. And Kimbamba just falls on him. You got to feel for Johan Grabongo there. Feeling the weight of King Bambo. The points are just too hard. They just can't consistently score. Central African Republic. That shot was off the side of the backboard. Shilde Dundao chases it down into the corner. Oh, somebody's shoe came off. Look at that. Somebody's playing without a shoe. Who is it? Oh, it's Kugura. Cougar has to run down and get his shoe. There it is. Look who gives it to him. Toy. If you see right there, the shoe is just sitting in the floor. He's tying it. And Shilde Dundao makes the first free throw. So 2 minutes remaining and 4 seconds. And Shilde makes both. Ganapamo. Now Grabongo. Oh, they get it. Oh, that was a nice pass, but Cougar was blocked from behind. Angola not wanting to give away anything tonight. Look at this. That was Malik Cisse who blocked that. "24 points to lead. For most of the game, it was around 10 to 14. It's gotten away from Central African Republic here late in the fourth quarter. Cougar goes out.
Voilà, exactement. OK. Et là, on maintient le pressing haut maintenant. Sortie de balle. Max, tu engages ça. Non, je préfère Maxon. Jim, tu es du côté du ballon. Eddie, tu es de l'autre côté. Et Jim, côté du ballon. Eddie, de l'autre côté. Evans avec Jim. Max. Non, laisse Max. Evans avec opposé. Oui, Max devant toi. OK, Max, tu regarde. Evans va te libérer. Hein? Evans se libère. Si la balle est ici, c'est toi qui vas le libérer. Mais dans le cas contraire, tu ouvres et puis l'autre il ouvre. On donne la balle ici à l'intérieur. Hein? C'est ça.
Primera jugada L. Si no va bien, lo vas a trocar tú con L.
Sí, defesa, defesa, 1, 2, 3, defesa.
Sempre bloqueia e continua abaixo.
1:43 remaining, so Angola in the penultimate game here in this window are going to improve. They're going to get the win over Central African Republic to improve to 2-1 and move into second place behind Côte d'Ivoire in the group. And of course, this is Group C. Kenny will be in third place. Yeah, you got to wonder why. I think Cougar is wondering why. I think Central African Republic not happy. Watch this again. Pump fake. Well, Ingoy's laughing about it now. Cougar is one of those players that's really put his body on the line tonight. He left, remember, the court earlier with a upper left leg problem. Then he was able to come back for the second half, but now he's feeling the full weight of Malik Cisse on a couple of plays, having his shot blocked and then giving him the pump fake and having Cisse fly or kind of land on him. Shilde from the baseline gets it up to 71 points. Jimmy Jimrabi battling away for position, but not able to catch it. And these Angolans playing like their lives depend on it. Well, the coach wants them to play every single play hard, and that's what they're giving him. And Jimmy Jam right by. Puts that brick up there. Well, Angola want to finish with a flourish. The horns are blowing, the fans are dancing. Teotonio Doe, he loves that shot, doesn't he? And you hear the crowd roar here in Benguela. And look at Teotonio Doe. It's like he just put the gun back in the holster. That was the celebration. Goodness me. Look at those Angolans. They're not giving anything away. And Gaku felt the full weight of his teammate that time. Teotonio Doe flying in from behind. And I think Gaku is thinking, hey, Teotonio, take it easy, buddy. We're on the same team. This is as excited as the Angolan crowd has been for the entire game. Cam right by makes that, and it's a 74-48 game. And Angola, well, we would have anticipated this thing to have ended a while ago, but it seems like they're about as excited to be playing right now as the entire game as they close this thing out. And Castro earns another trip to the free throw line. I mean, really, both teams putting on a show here at the end. And look at Teotonio Doe looking up at the crowd saying, you saw that, didn't you? You saw my celebration. I hit the three-pointer, and then I put the gun back in the holster. That's right. I'm a marksman. Those physios over there on that Angola bench looking at each other like, we better not go anywhere. The way bodies are flying all over the place. Somebody might need some attention. And Ganapamo loses control of it. Shilde Dundao wants to hustle up. The crowd, you know Teotonio Doe's not going to quit. Oh, and they get one more dunk from Castro. The lead is 30. Kugura puts it up, he's blocked, and we're going to get another dunk. And that is a missed dunk to finish. Castro wanted to put another exclamation mark on a game that already had several here in the fourth quarter. But his attempt was unsuccessful. Pep Claros goes to congratulate his team. They win it. Angola 78-48 over Central African Republic. So twice as many three-pointers for Angola, but I mean, it's hard to interpret how to tell you this game just kind of got away from the Central African Republic at the end. Angola finished with 2 more rebounds, almost 3 times as many assists, and more than 3 times as many steals. Ngoy was terrific. 15 points for Central African Republic. Dundao led the way with 18 points for Angola, and that was a game high. So they thank their fans for coming out tonight and for bringing the horns. I think we're going to look at some highlights. So a game that had plenty of offensive struggles did actually, in the end, have some good plays, especially from Central African Republic in the third quarter, and then late from Shilde Dundao. I had missed that one during the game where he blew the kiss at the defender. Domingos as well, handing it off to Shilde Dundao for one of his three-pointers. Ngoy was just brought such energy tonight, and also Ganapamo with that dunk. It felt like this Central African Republic team might just get this thing closer in the final quarter, but it just wasn't to be. It wasn't for lack of trying. They tried hard tonight. Kugura, I think having a big crowd helped them. Kimbamba, his three-pointers were very important for Angola as they made sure to keep that distance. Jimmy Jimrabai hitting a three, and there was a follow as well. Gilson Bango gets his share of putback jams. That's how he scores most of his points. And Kimbamba, another three. You can see he can really put him in from a long way out. And then late at the end of the game, the crowd liked it when Angola just started playing above the rim on both ends of the floor. Teotonio Doe also showing his three-point shooting and putting the gun back in the holster. And then, of course, Castro with a little bit of icing on the cake right at the end. So Cote d'Ivoire followed by Angola, Guinea, and Central African Republic after this weekend's games. You can see Cote d'Ivoire went to 3-0 earlier today with a win over Guinea, and Angola getting their second win after opening up with a 1-point loss to Cote d'Ivoire. Guinea have improved, folks. They're 1-2. Keep an eye on them. And thanks for watching.